I'm Sota.
I'm Yuta.
I'm Ota. Have you ever heard of Kafunsho? Kafunsho is Japanese for hay fever.
Hay fever is a seasonal allergic reaction to pollen, and it causes symptoms such as sneezing, runny or stuffy noses, itchy eyes, and for some people, itchy skin as well. And in Japan, there are about 60 different types of plants that cause hay fever symptoms.
The number of Japanese people that suffer from hay fever is increasing every year, and it is estimated that 42.5% of the Japanese population suffer from hay fever. In particular, Japanese people seem to be suffering from hay fever caused by the pollen of cedar trees that cover 18% of Japan's forests and 12% of the country's land. The prevalence of cedar pollenosis is 38.8% and increasing every year. Japan is one of the few countries around the world that suffer from the pollen of cedar trees.
Hay fever also has regional characteristics, but we live in Tokyo in the Kanto region, where cedar pollen allergy is particularly common.
The economic loss caused by hay fever is so great that it is estimated to be over 5 trillion yen, or over $33 billion per year. This is because many people can't work as efficiently when having hay fever symptoms, mainly lack of concentration, and because around half the population of Japan is affected by hay fever every year, this all adds up to around 5 trillion yen.
Cedar pollen disperses and causes hay fever right around this point of the year, and it peaks around March and continues until May.
Hay fever is not only a thing that affects adults, but now, like recently, the number of children suffering from hay fever has been increasing at a rapid rate, and actually all three of us have hay fever symptoms, but Yuta is especially having a rough time this spring. So what are like the worst symptoms, Yuta?
A stuffy nose is the worst symptom of it. So I use two of these eye drops. One of this thing that prevents stuffy noses probably.
Wait, like you stick it in your nose and just like the medicine.
And also 3 of these medicine, but yeah, it's still pretty
Yeah. So hay fever has become something like a national disease. So if you go out to town, you will always find anti-hay fever goods or medications for people who are suffering from hay fever. So today in this video, we're going to go out and go search for some anti-hay fever goods, and also then we're going to interview some foreigners and ask them if they have hay fever or not. So let's go!
Let's go!
So now we're here at a variety store in a shopping mall, and I think they're gonna have a lot of anti-hay fever goods, so let's go check it out.
Yeah.
So here they have many types of anti-hay fever goods, and of course they have masks to prevent the pollen, but also they have these special glasses. The sides are really thick so that the pollen doesn't get in through the hole in the sides, and this is what it would look like if you wore them. It's more kind of like goggles than normal glasses. Yeah, and it prevents a lot of pollen from getting into your eyes. Very effective. So another item here is this thing. You put a liquid inside your nose. It doesn't hurt, by the way. And it goes up and then brings out all the pollen. And as you can see, they have a lot of types, a lot of different types, shower types, and yeah, with this one, you put liquid through your nose, and then it pushes out the pollen from the mouth. It goes in the nose and then out the mouth, which is really cool. Yeah. Of course, the pollen outside is really tough to deal with, but when the pollen gets in your house, it's another big problem. So this brush is your solution. This is a special brush, and you brush off all the pollen off of your skin and your clothes before you get into your house to prevent pollen getting into your house.
Now I'm in front of a clinic which specializes in allergies, and most people come to these places or go to an ENT to treat their hay fever symptoms. Here, the doctor checks your symptoms and gives you medicine to treat hay fever, and the waiting time is very long in hay fever season.
So now we're here at a drugstore, and as you can see, they have a lot of anti-hay fever goods, and all of these medications around here have been sold for many years and are trusted by the consumers. So they are proved to be very safe, and a lot of people buy them. So this part of the anti-hay fever section is mainly for the eyes, and because itchy eyes and irritation in the eyes is one of the main symptoms of hay fever. And take this one for example. this one right here is a liquid type of medication, and over here you can see there's like a little cup, and you put the liquid in, and then you place it in your eye, and you like shake it around, and when the liquid enters your eye, it washes out all the pollen and other things that could cause irritation. So yeah, it's really cool. So over here we have these sprays, mist sprays. So you spray it onto your face and like your other body parts, and it will like prevent pollen from sticking there. So like you don't have to worry about pollen entering your house after you go outside. So now I'm here at Yoyogi Park, and as you can see, it's really sunny today. So there are a lot of people here. Like there are so many people here everywhere. So now I'm going to go interview some foreign people and ask them if they have hay fever or not. So let's go. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Kevin.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Sota. Nice to meet you. Which country are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Nice. How long have you like lived in Japan?
I'm living here in Japan for 5 years.
5
I was
years.
in Brazil for 3 months, and I just come back like 3 days ago.
That's quite a long time. Well, today I want to ask you, do you have any symptoms of hay fever?
Yes, every year.
Every year.
year in the second week of April. So, like, I cannot leave my home because my eyes start to like it's closed, and I cannot.
Yeah.
I wake up every day like I cannot open my eyes.
Are like itchy eyes like the main symptoms, like the like worst part of hay fever?
Like this like I don't know why like I have
It gets swollen,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yes I can breathe
Yeah,
like normally, but in my eyes is like the worst part, so I need to go to the doctor every year to get some medicine and start to use it, or I cannot leave my home. Yes,
When did you like first get like hay fever symptoms after coming to Japan?
in the first year
First
in
year,
Japan,
really?
in the first April, in the first spring, it it got really bad, and I couldn't leave my home for two weeks, I think.
Okay. In Japan, like in a lot of cases, like a lot of people suffer from cedar pollen hay fever. Do you suffer from cedar pollen?
No, I never had it. My type is a little bit different, so it's not in like most part of people feel it in March, right?
Yeah.
I feel in April,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's a little bit different for me. But yeah, every year it's a different type of pollen that I have allergy. But yes,
I see. What kind of things do you do to like prevent it from worsening, or like what kind of medications do you take for like hay fever?
actually, maybe I can do something like before.
Before hay
yeah, but I don't. Every year, like after I get a fever, I go to the doctor and I get medicine to treat it. Because I don't like to use medicine, so like I don't want to go to the pharmacy, to the
Yeah.
drugstore to get something without having something. So every year, it's not a good thing, but I wait the worst to to try to treat it.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering to my questions. It was great talking with
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much for the interview. Hello, nice to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Babak, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Sota.
My name is Yuta.
Do you like have like any hay fever symptoms here in Japan?
In Japan, it's I think pretty weak, because in Germany I noticed that I have like more stronger hay fever than here, and I have like sneezing. My eyes are often red. My family also. But since I came here in Japan, I didn't feel much.
So overall, like the hay fever in Germany is like harder for you.
I would say yes. Maybe not harder, but I think different. Yeah.
Like what type of like hay fever is it in Germany?
Yeah, what kind of pollen?
Like in Japan, it's like cedar pollen, right?
I have no idea what kind of pollen it is.
Okay. How long have you like been here in Japan?
Until now, like 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Like some people say, a lot of people say like after around 4 years like living in Japan, you start to get hay fever symptoms. So like, I hope you don't suffer from hay fever.
No, not yet, not yet.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Hello. What's your name?
It's Tom.
Tom. Nice to meet you. My name is Sota.
Nice to meet you.
Do you have hay fever symptoms?
Yes, bad hay fever symptoms.
I feel like in Japan, like a lot of people suffer from cedar pollen hay fever. Do you have suffer from the cedar pollen?
I think it's the cedar pollen, yeah. That's
Like,
the one I have.
What are like some of the worst symptoms in your case?
Very itchy eyes, runny nose, sometimes a headache, sometimes I have a sore throat. I think those are the main things.
By the way, which country are you from?
I'm from the UK, from London.
How long have you like stayed in Japan?
18 years.
18 years. That's a really long time. Like, when did you start getting these symptoms?
3 years ago? Maybe 4 years ago.
like-
Maybe
You're like 14th or 15th year in Japan.
something like that, yeah.
Okay. Like, what do you do to like prevent those symptoms or like stop them from worsening?
Take medicine usually, so take medicine from the pharmacy. Try to clean out my eyes a little bit. Shower when I go home. I try to take a shower very quickly because it's sometimes on the clothes.
Yeah.
And then maybe use like a nose spray. And those are the main things, yeah.
Well, personally, do you think that like it is easy to like obtain anti-hay fever like products or like medications?
Yeah, I think I speak Japanese, so I think it helps that I maybe if I can go to a pharmacy, I can see the medicine. Sometimes I'm not sure if it's the right one, so I might ask the pharmacist, person and say, is this the right one? What do you recommend? So I would say it's mixed. So yes, sometimes, but if I'm a foreigner that doesn't speak Japanese maybe or isn't very familiar with hay fever medicine, then maybe it's a little bit more difficult. Yeah.
Do you like some of your friends or like a lot of your friends suffer from hay fever as well?
I think it's a mixed bag. I think there's 50-50 maybe.
Okay, well, that's all of the questions. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It was great talking with you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
Hey, what's up, Rupa?
Hey!
Great to see you again.
Fantastic to be here.
So, you're from Australia, right?
That's right, Melbourne, Australia.
Great place.
It is.
Well, how long have you stayed in Japan?
Okay, so in total, I've been here for about 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah, it's adding up.
Yeah. Well, have you had any like hay fever symptoms here in Japan?
Well, the interesting thing, guys, is when I was in Australia, when I was about your age, I actually had hay fever a lot.
Really?
So back in Australia, but I think the plants are quite different. The pollen in the air is quite different. So I don't even get it at all over
because
here
in
in
Japan, a lot of people suffer from cedar pollen hay fever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's different type, I
Yeah,
guess.
I think it's a different type in Australia, maybe.
Yeah, and yeah, so it's great for me to live here and then I can get hay fever. I
Well-
can enjoy the cherry blossoms.
Yeah. Beautiful cherry blossoms without
Yes.
getting itchy eyes.
Yes, exactly.
Well, like, what kind of things did you do back in Australia to, like, prevent, like, the hay fever symptoms from worsening? Or, like, what did you do when, you got, like, a sore throat or itchy eyes and stuff like that?
Great question, because I'm sure a lot of people in Japan are suffering that now.
Yeah.
Well, in Australia, we don't often wear masks. So
Really?
that's a big thing. I think in Japan, people wear masks and like the sunglasses.
Yeah, the goggle type.
Yeah, they're like swimming goggles.
Yeah.
What I did is I took a hay fever medicine, and the important part, what I found was to be most effective, is I took it before the hay fever season even started. So then your body just gets naturally, it just naturally builds up that immunity to the hay fever.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best thing.
Great idea, yeah.
And there's this like spray I used to put up my nose. I used to hate it when I was a kid, but it does work a lot.
Yeah. It
And
just
then,
cleans out all the germs and all the pollen out of you.
Yeah. And then other thing is just taking showers, to get all the pollen off your hair, off your clothes, off your body.
When the pollen gets in your house, it gets all
Yes.
messy, yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't want to go into bed if you haven't had a
Yeah,
shower or
yeah.
anything, and then all the pollen's gonna get all over your bed. You're not gonna be able to sleep that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely taking lots of showers. Even just if you're getting those itchy eyes, just wash out your eyes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
That was some advice from Rupa Sensei. Thanks for the interview, Rupa.
Thank you. Do your best, guys. Don't lose to the pollen.
So in this video, we showed you guys how hay fever is here in Japan.
It's a really hard time of year, so I want to burn down all the cedar trees in Japan.
Well, I hope he's joking. But anyway, we also interviewed some foreign people in this video, and it was very interesting because a lot of people had like different stories about hay fever. Some people said like the hay fever back in their country was worse than the ones in Japan. Some people said Japan was worse, or some people like had like like different like pollen
different
types.
type of
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like it depended on the person whether like when you get those symptoms. Some people got it on the first year, and some people didn't get it even after 10 years. So there is a difference depending on the person. But be aware if you are planning to come to Japan at some point around spring, you might have a chance to have like hay fever symptoms. So be careful about that.
But anyway, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching our video today, and make sure to subscribe, push the like button, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!